In Venezuela, opposition protesters have been energized by international support as they push to oust socialist leader Nicolas Maduro. That support includes U.S. sanctions on Venezuela's oil industry and the recognition of opposition leader Juan Guaido as the interim president by the U.S. and more than 50 other countries. But so far, Maduro has continued to hold on to power through increasing political repression. Short of using military force, analysts say, there are few other measures the Trump administration can take to force change in Venezuela.
Because the costs are limited to us, it also means the benefits will likely be limited. We could accept more cost and achieve more benefits if we were, for example, to invade these countries, change their governments, force them to adopt the policies we want.
On Tuesday, Trump threatened an economic embargo on Cuba for allegedly supporting Maduro in Venezuela with 20,000 security personnel. That followed recently announced sanctions against Cuba that would permit U.S. businesses that had property seized by the communist government of Fidel Castro 60 years ago to sue international companies in Europe and Canada that have since taken over these properties.
He's following the thesis that began to be articulated in the Congress in the 90s, which is you should force other countries to make a choice. They can do business with us or they can do business with Iran or Cuba or North Korea.
On Iran, Trump's security team recently warned third-party countries, including South Korea and Japan, of impending sanctions if they continue to buy Iranian oil. The sanctions have worked to some degree to force U.S. allies to increase pressure on Iran to halt its nuclear ambitions and support of armed militant groups in the Middle East.
They have caused European countries to disengage from the Iranian economy, even as their governments, although they are clearly opposed to U.S. policies, they haven't taken strong measures to confront the U.S. on that.
The Trump administration-led sanctions on North Korea likely contributed to North Korea suspending ballistic missile and nuclear tests and agreeing to engage in denuclearization talks. However, the talks remain deadlocked over Washington's demand for Pyongyang's near-complete nuclear disarmament prior to sanctions relief. While sanctions can impose increased economic cost on an adversary country, analysts are skeptical they can force sweeping change and say that over time these measures can become less effective as targeted countries step up evasion efforts. Brian Padden, VOA News, Washington.